What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on PK Subban, right? This guy is an ex-hockey player, and you probably seen him from time to time on ESPN. And so he recently signed a new multi-year deal to come back to ESPN and probably do some commentating. Which, in my opinion, this bad news for LeBron James, because the last time he was on there, he said some he just expressed how he feel about LeBron James in that GOAT conversation, and like how LeBron James has conducted himself throughout his career. He didn't feel like LeBron James conducted himself like the GOAT, like a champion should have, right? And I think with PK Subban signing this new deal with ESPN, this is like, I think he's going to be there to sort of like do the dirty work and just really drag LeBron James, because if you look at it, NBC got Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan and those guys, they're not really going to be going at LeBron. They're going to be telling you, probably in my opinion, like how the game should be played. Right. So whatever type of narrative and type of spin LeBron James try to put out there and everything, they're going to kind of combat it from one angle. But PK, I think, going to ESPN, I think he's going to be a lot more vocal and a lot more aggressive when it comes to speaking of, like, if LeBron James, if he act like a diva in with this season with the Lakers, PK is the guy who's going to call it out. I don't think Stephen A. Smith, I don't think they want Stephen A. Smith to do that. They want this guy PK to be that person who's going to call out LeBron James and mainly do that dirty work. I think this season of basketball, man, these networks are just loading up, and a lot of these podcasts, like the guys who used to be on these major networks, I think they're gonna follow suit, like Dan Lebitard and I'm not so sure about like the Pivot, if they'll follow suit like that. But a lot of these people who are not really saying things that they probably think and knowing, some of those guys are gonna, like, it's if LeBron James this season, in my opinion, if he acts like a diva and selfish and narcissistic and stuff like that, this going to be this going to be an epic season. Like, this is some things we've never seen anything like what I think we're going to see this year, as far as people with, usually when you go out on your retirement tour or something like that, you show your appreciation for the league. Different teams and players and stuff, they show their appreciation for you and stuff like that, but this is going to be different. I bet you this is different. But with that being said, I want to kind of remind you of like the tone and what PK has to say about LeBron James and conducting yourself as a champion and a GOAT, like, where his stances are. So I'm gonna play his audio and then I'm going to react to it again.
This is very easy for me, and this is why I don't put him ahead of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant for me. It's the approach to the game. And to me, in some ways, it can be insulting to look at it as chips don't matter, or why is it that other athletes aren't seen as other athletes? But the whole point of pro sports and team sports is to win, and is to win a championship. And that's your dream when it starts out, is to win. We don't want to change that. Like, there's no changing that. So when people talk about Kobe being here, and if he was here, he would say this, because the epitome of winning a championship is going through the grind. People want to see the grind. People want to see the struggle. And for LeBron, I'll always be a fan of his because he's an amazing athlete and an amazing basketball player. And he's going to go down as one of the greats. But to be an all-time great, to be the greatest, there's a certain way. How you win matters to me. Michael Jordan paying his dues, putting his time, not going somewhere else trying to win, matters to me. Kobe Bryant doing the same. Larry Bird doing the same, Magic doing the same, because I'm sorry, what we see in today's sports are kids, as soon as there's a struggle, as soon as they don't get that success right away, they want to jump and go. I'm calling my agent. I need to go here. I need to go there. If you're the face of an organization, that team invested in you. At 18, they could have drafted anybody on the planet. They're investing in you to help them bring a championship to the city, right? It's bigger than just you. It's bigger than that. You know, in our sport in hockey, there's a lot of guys who didn't make $1 million a year, that didn't make $8 million, $9 million, that had to go and find jobs after playing. But you want to know something? Those guys played banged up. They played hurt. They played injured. They fought. They gave everything they had to give. And that has allowed me to make the money that I made in the National Hockey League. That has allowed me to have a decent job after my career's over, because now we have a TV deal. So what I'm saying is, you cannot forget about, Matt, you know this. You play with superstars. You played against them, right? You see them. That is a small percentage of the sport, are the stars.
Yeah.
You know, people forget about the rest of the league.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of other guys out there, and we have to think about it. The responsibility of the players is to push the game forward. If you are part of that greatness conversation, that's how I'm evaluating you. Are you moving the needle for the game, or are you just moving it for you? Because if you're moving it for you, we'll celebrate you as a great player. We'll say, hey, you're a great player, awesome, you know, one of the all-time. But to put you in that category of a Michael Jordan, a Kobe Bryant, in my opinion, because I followed those guys. I didn't follow them just because of their rings. I followed them because of their mentality, their approach to the game.
Yeah.
All right, so you hear that. And like I said, PK Subban he just signed a deal with ESPN. So you know, when you sign ESPN, when they sign this guy, they know what they're gonna get because of what he gave them in the past. And this is LeBron, you know, like LeBron James is winding down in his career. This is a message that you know, you don't want. If you're LeBron James or you're a LeBron James fan, this is a message like you don't want to hear this. You don't want this to be out there because it goes against everything that LeBron James supposedly stands for. And I think that ESPN is bringing PK in there purposefully to express, you know, his feelings and his thoughts on LeBron James being the GOAT and how LeBron James came to get his rings and being an ambassador for the game. I always, you know what, I have always been saying, like, he has never been an ambassador for the game. You want to see that. You know, you want to see that not just fans, but people who pay LeBron James. You want him to leave if you're Nike or you're the NBA, you want him to leave that league in a better place than where he received it. You want him to, I mean, like with Magic went out. Magic gave everything he had throughout his career. Isaiah, Bird, and fans love those guys and they appreciate the guys for what they did on the court. You know, like Bird fighting through Achilles injuries. Isaiah had so many different, you know, like he had bad ankle, bad back, you know, shoulder, hip. Isaiah had all different types of injuries. Most players, by the time at the end of their career, they so banged up and they put that work in that you know that they you don't want to see players get hurt, but you know that these guys gave everything they had. And you have a guy now in LeBron James who's retiring in the best physical condition of his life after playing 20 years in the NBA, over 20 years in the NBA. So as an employer, as a fan, like, do you really feel like LeBron James put everything he had into the game? You know, when you saw this guy flopping all over the place looking for calls, you saw this guy throughout his career move from team to team, looking to to stack the deck in his favor. There's not, this is things that people who put a lot of money on the table, not to take fans off the board. Take fans off the board, out the equation. If you are a sponsor, if you are somebody who kicks out a lot of money for this league and all that stuff, now I bet these guys feel cheated. I bet they feel cheated. Flopping just don't piss off, somebody sitting in the nosebleed seats. It pisses off people who you want people in the nosebleed seats to be passionate about the game, but they can't be passionate about the game if they see guys flopping or if they see guys moving from town to town trying to get all the, the best stack the deck and all that stuff. Nah, if they don't get to see a struggle, because the player, he don't want to struggle. He don't want to improve his game. He's flopping. So this is bad news right here. This guy, PK Subban, my fault. PK Subban coming to ESPN. And it's no coincidence he's coming now at the start of the NBA season. Basketball is getting ready to start. So this going to be epic, man. This year right here in sports, no matter what happens on the court, it's going to be epic. This is going to be content for everybody. So with that being said, man, y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you out in the next video. Peace.